Yo people, welcome back to another video. Now, the ending of Ahsoka presented to us the hint towards the Mortis Gods as we saw Baylan's skull standing in front of the father's statue, cliff, whatever you want to call it. Now, people have assumed that because he is standing on the part where the father is located, that it's some sort of symbolism that he's going to be the father. For me, there's just no chance that this happens, especially as that spot belongs strictly to Anakin Skywalker. He is the chosen one who is still living out the prophecy of balancing the Force even after death. For me, I got two meanings from this entire scene. Meaning number one is that the entire structure comprising of all three gods is a reflection of Baylan's current state. He claims that he's balanced, and he thinks he is. And I'd say he was at the start of the show, but we can clearly see he has a bias towards the dark side now, especially after he contributes to Ahsoka's death. Maybe that corrupted him a bit, maybe that made him lean more into the dark side. But we also have the episode named Dreams and Madness, which we didn't really get any real meaning behind in that episode, because I believe it was referring to Baylan. The second they stepped foot on Peridia, he was just almost turning into a different person. Like, he just became almost kind of blinded by what was calling him. He was acting weird, he was speaking in riddles, so maybe the madness has kicked in for him. The second meaning that I got is that the planet itself isn't balanced. That's why the daughter is missing from the structure. The planet lives in darkness, and maybe that's why Thrawn and the Night Sisters were trying to leave as soon as possible from that planet. They've seen stuff, or they know of stuff that we don't know about, which is pure evil and darkness that they just didn't want to be a part of. Now, since I believe that Anakin is the father, that means that technically Baylan is currently the son, if anything. But I still think something has to happen. There has to be some sort of higher calling for him to fully become a dark side user and earn his place as the son. I don't think he's any of these at this moment in time. As of Rebels, they have hinted that the son is alive. We know that Ahsoka is the daughter now because the daughter gave up her life for Ahsoka in the Clone Wars, all of that stuff, and is a guardian angel through Morai, so she's always looking out for Ahsoka. So I don't think he's the son. We could maybe see towards the end of this adventure if he does become the son. Also, it's important to note that while Baylan is viewing, we can see there's a bright light flicking on and off very, very far away at the top of another mountain. I believe that that is the end goal of what is calling Baylan, and he's currently in a sort of treasure hunt situation where he's found the last clue. Now he's on his way to the end goal. He can see the promised land is just right in front of him. It's in his sight. He just needs to get there and everything will be unraveled. So what is calling him? In my opinion, it leaves two options. Number one, which is the safe option, and what's calling him is the sun. It would match with the whole Norse mythology name of skull, which was the whole being the wolf that chases the sun. And in this case, he would be chasing the literal sun, the dark side. Option number two, which I personally hope ends up happening, is Abeloth. After all, she is known as the Queen of the Stars and the bringer of chaos. The bright light that is flickering on in that scenery could be symbolizing a star, and the whole planet could look in this dark state, very boring, stale, grey, because Abeloth has unleashed her chaos on the planet already. I think she may be imprisoned, and she's waiting for someone to come and free her, and she's hoping that it's Baylan. However, I'm not really sure Baylan would be this dumb to willingly free a threat of this nature if he knows about her. Maybe he's, like I said, in the whole madness state of mind, so he might do it. He's being controlled, we don't know. What I have a feeling is more likely to happen is that Shin will probably try to find Baylan at some point, maybe out of anger for abandoning her, maybe to try and stop him from making a big mistake in freeing Abeloth and just trying to understand more as to why he abandoned her. But by the time she gets there, maybe it's too late, or maybe she unleashes Abeloth out of anger without knowing what she's doing. Who knows? But the point is, Abeloth can then take over Shin, which could lead to Baylan's death if he tries to fight back, or for whatever reason he gets killed off by Abeloth. I think Shin also kind of suits the Abeloth look. I know there's not that many images, but we all know that blonde image that we see with the big mouth. I can see that being a thing, and maybe that's why they've given her a coincidental similar hair color. I don't know, but I think this would be a good look for Shin's actress. But yeah, let me know what you think about Baylan's story so far. What is calling to him? Do you think he's the son? He's the father? I personally don't think he's either yet. I don't think he'll be the father, like I said. Where do you think he'll end up? Any predictions, any theories that you have, feel free to leave all of that down below in the comments. Drop a like on the video as well while you're at it, as I really appreciate it and it helps to boost the channel. Sub to the channel as well if you haven't already, and if you're new around here, thank you for your time and have a great rest of your day. Rest in peace, Ray Stevenson.